Be joining you today in the booth for a cast of Arsenal versus Tottenham coming up in just 8 minutes or so. Excuse me. Well, that's an... don't know why I'm coughing at this time in the morning. Fortunately, I have plenty of water for all you hydrators out there in chat. But let's go through the lineups really quickly. Then we'll talk through the team's recent performance. So starting for the home side, Arsenal, Bernd Leno in goal, Cedric Suarez, David Luiz, Gabriel, and Tierney back into the side to make up the back four. That is a big reinforcement for Arsenal. Tierney has been excellent for them on the left flank and will be very, very welcome today, likely to go up against Gareth Bale. Thomas Partey back from injury to partner Granit Xhaka in the base of midfield. Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, Emil Smith-Rowe will make up the trio of attacking players in front of him, with Alexandre Lacazette leading the line. And we have heard that Aubameyang will not be starting. He is healthy. He is on the bench due to disciplinary reasons. So he'll be available off of the bench, but will not be starting this North London derby. And then for the side of Tottenham, we see Hugo Lloris in goal, Sergio Reguilon, Toby Alderweireld, Davinson Sanchez, Matt Doherty going to get a start today in the back four. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg alongside Tanguy and Ndombele in the base of midfield, with Son Heung-min, Lucas Moura, Gareth Bale playing in front of them, and Harry Kane leading the line as usual for Spurs. And when we talk about these two teams, we got to talk about recent form. Been a bit of a mixed bag for Arsenal. They did manage to get a 3-1 win over Olympiacos in the Europa League during the week, but they tied Burnley last weekend, the second time they've gotten a bad result against Burnley, losing to them on the other half of the fixture in, I believe, early to mid-December, and then had a big win over Leicester City, of course, in the match before that. So it's been a bit up and down for Arsenal. They've had good results. They've had some bad results. Nevertheless, what we know about Arsenal is they can be extremely dangerous with all of these young attacking talents in their roster. All three of those members starting today, and it will be a threat for Jose Mourinho and his side, who are on a great run of form. Very consistent since their loss to West Ham 2-1. They beat Wolfsburg in Europa League. They thrashed Burnley 4-0. They beat Fulham 1-0. Thrashed Crystal Palace 4-1, and had a 2-0 win against Dinamo Zagreb in the first leg of their Europa League campaign. And a lot of that has been on the back of the rediscovery of form of one Gareth Bale, who is in the starting lineup once again. The man has been back. He has been scoring goals. He has been looking dangerous. And that is a scary, scary sign for anyone in the Premier League, because this is a man who was the MVP of the league, the PFA Player of the Year before he left for Real Madrid. He won 2 Champions Leagues, maybe 3, I think, with Real Madrid. He is just a monster when he's on his game, and he appears to be on his game and back in the trust of Jose Mourinho, getting another start out here today to make this front trio even scarier for Tottenham. We've talked so often this season about how important Son and Kane are to this side's attack, to their goals, to their victories. Well, now they have a third member of a trio to help back them up in Gareth Bale. So it will be a tall task for Arsenal today against Spurs. I do lean Spurs if I was a betting man. But I think Arsenal can offer some resistance. Again, they have some up and down form, but when they are playing well, it's extremely fluid, very dangerous. Their 3 attacking players have creativity. They've got pace. They are dangerous, dangerous players to go up against. And this will be an interesting game for both of these sides. Tottenham sit currently 7th in the table on 45 points. Just 1 behind Everton, and they can leapfrog Everton with a win, go even on points with West Ham, who do play later in the day against Manchester United, as they try to somehow find their way, they would hope, to Champions League positions, but probably more realistically, Europa League spots. Arsenal still sitting in dead mid-table, 38 points to their name. They sit 3 behind Aston Villa, can leapfrog them. Of course, Aston Villa still do have a game in hand, but they can also get close to Liverpool, who sit in 8th on 43 points. So a massive match for both of these sides as they chase some European spots. Again, Tottenham have a slight chance to get in the top 4, but a little unlikely. Arsenal, virtually no chance to get into the top 4, but will still be shooting for potential Europa League spots, as it is a very crowded table from 10th to 5th, essentially. All those teams, West Ham, all the way down to Aston Villa, separated by 7 points, and Aston Villa has that match in hand. So all doable at that part of the table, and Arsenal want to be part of the conversation. We'll have to see if they can do so today. Teams are just about to, they are out, or just about to get started here. And give me 1 second to text a friend of mine. I know he'll be interested in potentially hearing the commentary of this match. He is an Arsenal fan. So just want to go ahead and let him know. But yeah, I'm very excited for this match. I know I'm a Man U fan, and we have Man U West Ham, which is a higher end match in the table coming later in the day. But I've cast a lot of Man U recently. I felt like changing it up a bit, and I wanted to do the North London Derby because we did the last North London Derby, and that was when Tottenham were top of the league. We're dominating the league, and people were saying these guys are title contenders. These guys are going to win the league. And they thrashed Arsenal. They scored 2 goals in the first half and then just held them at arm's length. One of those goals was a just world-class banger from Son from the left flank. We did see Thomas Partey get injured in that match too, but both these teams have come a long way since then. And Tottenham more so down than up. And, they are having good recent form, but when you go from top of the league to 7th, since the last time you played Arsenal, it's a big drop-off. And Arsenal have turned it around. They were sitting in relegation battle when this match was happening in the earlier part of the season. Now they are 10th, still not where they want to be, but have certainly settled into a more consistent style. They've figured out kind of who their best 11 are. I think Arteta has confidence in a lot of his players, and they have regained a lot of their confidence and threat for a lot of sides in the Premier League. So I'm very excited. Selfishly, I also want to go for a run later, so I didn't want to be casting from 2 to 4 and then have my usual casting nightly obligations that I usually have for League of Legends. So it's a little bit of a selfish one, a little bit of I didn't want to cast Man U again, and also a little bit of Man U West Ham sounds like the kind of game that's going to be boring to me because David Moyes is going to set up very defensively. So that's the hope. The hope is that we get to see some high-flying action from Bukayo Saka, from Martin Odegaard, from Emil Smith-Rowe, along with Son Heung-min, Harry Kane, and of course, Gareth Bale. All right, the match is just about to start. I have my water for all of you. You hydrators out there. You love to hit that channel reward. I think I'm going to come up with some new channel rewards in a little bit. I have to think through the upper ceiling feasibility because apparently young Bolus out there in Twitch land just has a stash of points the likes of which the world has never seen. So he could basically make me do anything, I feel like, and I need to be careful that he doesn't make me do things too often that would end up with my untimely demise. But we are underway at the Emirates. I will drop this boy down. Early long ball from Arsenal is going to be knocked away by Davinson Sanchez. David Luiz battling it out with Lucas Moura. He'll win the header, but it'll only go as far as Tanguy Ndombele, who's such a good dribbler. And Ndombele, so fluid when he's on the ball. He just whips around bodies as if they're not even there. He holds on to the ball, uses his body so well. It's always very impressive to me to watch him dribble. Unfortunately, Jose Mourinho doesn't really like dribbling that much sometimes. So that's why we see him on the bench or subbed off on 65 minutes in every single match. Slight tragedy, but what are you going to do? Michael Oliver is the center referee. Paul Tierney, the VAR today. So we'll have to see how that one does go. Of course, myself and Young Bullis have had a lot of criticism for Michael Oliver this season. So we'll see. He's not, he's not free of controversy this year. That's for sure. David Luiz will go long. He's looking towards Saka. Lovely touch from Saka to bring that one down. He'll play it back to Odegaard, and we'll slide it over to Gabriel. Xhaka. Out to the line. Lovely ball into the path of Emil Smith-Rowe, bursting in behind. Here's his left-footed cross. It will force a sliding clearance out of Davinson Sanchez that will go out for a throw-in. Oh, by the way, guys, I made cold brew yesterday, and it's pretty good. I like it's a little watery. I think we'll get a little better. Maybe more coffee ground, a little less water would be good because I like my coffee kind of strong. But it's pretty solid. It's been very warm in Chicago recently, and by warm I mean like mid 40s to mid 50s. But that's very warm for this time of year, and so we've all been enjoying the weather. And so I've been like, I'm gonna make some cold brew instead of hot coffee, and it tastes pretty good. It's a fun experiment, so I'll be making some more today, and that'll probably be what we're running on here in the future. So, woo, cold brew. If you are a new coffee drinker, by the way, when you make regular coffee, it's probably fine. If you are going to do cold brew or get cold brew, I'd recommend putting a little bit of milk in it. Cold brew is a lot stronger coffee flavor and it hits you a little harder caffeine-wise than regular does because you steeped it in water for 12 hours. So I'd recommend a little bit of milk. It'll, well, maybe not regular milk or oat milk. I'm an oat milk guy, so I would recommend something like that. As Alexander Lacazette is bundled over here by Davinson Sanchez, he will win himself an early free kick, and Arsenal looking good in these opening 3 minutes. They've already gotten Emil Smith-Rowe in behind once. They've been passing the ball around very effectively, finding gaps in the Tottenham back line. And that's lovely from Lacazette. Putting it through Sanchez's legs forces a reaction from Davinson Sanchez, and he does haul him to the ground. Potentially even a little fortunate to not get a yellow card, but it is very early into the match, so maybe not quite comfortable doing so is Michael Oliver. Standing over this one is Martin Odegaard and Cedric Suarez. One lefty, one righty. We'll see who is taking the free kick and where it will be swung. Odegaard going to put his arms up, so it looks like it will be him. He will swing this one in with the left boot. Good header by Sanchez to flick it away from the danger area. Comes to David Luiz. He stood up by Gareth Bale. Gets it onto his left. It's actually a pretty nice cross on his weaker foot, but it is managed by Davinson Sanchez. Heads away once again. Doherty will help complete the clearance. But it is Kieran Tierney picking it up, and he will swing it back to Granit Xhaka so that Arsenal can restart their attack. Nice ball in behind from Xhaka. It's well weighted. Tierney going to get his cross in, but it's blocked by Doherty. Two Irishmen there battling on the sidelines, but Kieran Tierney will get it to Lacazette, who has a strike that's blocked by a sliding Ndombele. Now Tierney drives one across the face of goal. That will not find the feet of Bukayo Saka, and it will trickle out for a Tottenham throw. As we mentioned, very nice start from Arsenal. A lot of energy, a lot of good passing from the Gunners, and they look raring to go for this North London derby. Another thing I do want to mention today, and I know some people out there won't care because it's video game related, but I do a lot of video game streaming too. I cast for League of Legends as Son Heung-min is upended. Play allowed to continue because Tottenham still have possession. Today is an incredible day for sports and esports in general. We've got this game. We got Manchester United later. That should be fascinating. We've got VCT Challengers, so that's our qualifying matches for Valorant Masters going on in Europe and North America, and the regular season for the major leagues both in North America and Europe for League of Legends are wrapping up today. So ton of content to watch. If you are a video game fan, please do tune in, check it out on Twitch. They will be super, super fun. In particular, Sentinels 100 Thieves, if you're a Valorant player, should be absolutely fantastic today. Now here's David Luiz coming forward. He's going to drive one over the top towards Saka. This is well read by Alderweireld and has the help of his goalkeeper Lloris as well. But that's a bit of a loose clearance from Lloris, who just puts it into touch for a throw-in. And that is a lot of territory earned pretty cheaply by Arsenal. Now looking to attack again. Lacazette allowed to turn. It's a lovely ball back to him. He'll get the cross away. It's deflected by Alderweireld. Manages to keep it in play. And Ndombele has it now, and he will be clipped by Lacazette, so it will be a free kick to Tottenham. Let me just do one thing here. I want to open my my stream on my creator dashboard so that I can manage stuff if we get any redemptions of channel points or something like that. Ball bouncing around the heads at the moment. It's Son Heung-min who has it poked away from him. Odegaard will send it back to David Luiz. You know what I realized? I realized I never wrote my match report for the Manchester Derby. I also didn't write a match report for Dortmund Sevilla. It's kind of a shame. Those were good matches, actually. I regret everything, but it's too late now. It's so old. I remember the matches, but probably not well enough to capture them. Damn, I forgot about that. Man, writing match reports, guys, takes a long time. And so I get, like, as much as I like to do it, sometimes I have other things to do and I'll go do them. When I come back, I just don't have time to do it. It takes me like an hour and a half, honestly. It takes a long time. 22 players need ratings and short descriptions, and then we need a full match summary for both teams and managers. So, yeah, it takes some time. Particularly for Champions League matches when I'm casting in like midweek, it's a lot. Lovely switch of play from Reguilón. We'll arrive at Gareth Bale for his first touch of the match. Now here's Ndombele. First real spell of control for Tottenham in this match as they have advanced into Arsenal's territory. Arsenal defending pretty deep, allowing them to come on to them in the attack. Now Doherty tries to swing in a deep cross. That's blocked by Odegaard. He'll pick out Bale, defended by Tierney. Outside of the foot cross here, but Bale is a little bit too close to Bernd Leno, and that's a pretty easy catch for the netminder. Arsenal now playing through the left flank. It's Smith Rowe. He's slowed down. David Luiz. Partey back to Luiz. Now looking long. Lovely headed touch by Tierney. He's bursting down the left flank. He's getting the cross away. Initially partially cleared by Alderweireld. The rest of the clearance completed by Doherty. But good tackling from Arsenal's won it back at the top of the box. Here's Odegaard. Partey. Suarez being chased by Son Heung-min. He will be forced all the way back to Partey, and Arsenal will have to restart their attack. Xhaka. Partey. Lovely slipped pass into Bukayo Saka. He's trying to take on Alderweireld, but Alderweireld does do enough. Will knock it behind for the first corner of the match over to the Gunners. Yeah, you can see instead of going wide, the easy pass for Partey. You see Son kind of cheating over that way. He tries to slip this one into Saka. It's a nice ball in. Saka turns pretty well, but Alderweireld is just alert to the danger. He slips in nicely, pokes that one away. Does give up the corner, though. Now it will have to be defended by Tottenham. Arsenal not the best team in the league at set pieces. Trying to score from this one. Is bouncing around the box, but it's finally cleared by Sanchez. Partey going to give chase as Son Heung-min is nearby, but Partey will get there first. He'll send it back to Leno. Arsenal will restart their attack. Some high pressure coming out from Tottenham as Kane going to give a little sprint at Leno. That'll force the long clearance. Saka's header is inaccurate, but the second ball is won by Granit Xhaka, and Arsenal are in possession once again. Here's Odegaard. Slides one over to Suarez. Saka. Cross swung in, flicked away by Højbjerg. Comes to Odegaard. He'll lay it back. Xhaka. Clipping one in. It's a little too far for Saka. He'll collect it, turn back. Cross comes in from Suarez, headed away. Oh, Yo, Dia, SSB Mix, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome back to the booth, the 2-month. That is incredible. Thank you, sir. And gotta get that Twitch Prime going, man. Take it out of Bezos's pocket instead of your own. But again, I do appreciate you, man. I'm glad you are hopefully having a good Sunday and managed to tune in, if even for a little bit. So welcome back to the booth. Thank you so much, sir. Now you can see this ball coming in from Saka. Just going to go a little bit over the top there for Lacazette, complaining about Doherty holding him up, but he's really not going to get that. Hey, that word's not allowed here anymore. SSB Mix. That's a gamer word now, but yeah, that makes sense. So if that is the case, then really appreciate this sub there. Love having you around. I'm just kidding, man. It's just not a big deal. I'm not getting in trouble for that. As long as I don't say it, right? Doesn't really matter. But I'm just messing with you, man. Hope you're having a good Sunday, and once again, thank you for the 2-month. Here's Xhaka. David Luiz. Gabriel. Slide this over to Odegaard. Now out to Suarez. That pass a little bit under hit, but Suarez will handle it fairly safely. Partey. Partey's going to look over the top. Bukayo Saka running in. It's going to be close. So Reese just going to get there ahead of Saka. He has to slide to clear this one away, and some desperate defending coming in from Tottenham. Now the ball's bounced back to Odegaard. He'll lay it out to Saka. Saka cutting in onto his left. Back to Odegaard. He's forced backwards. Good enough from Tottenham. Xhaka going to line up for a 30-yard strike, and that one's always rising over Lloris's crossbar. Little unlucky here for Arsenal. They are putting a lot of pressure on Tottenham. This was a nicely weighted ball from Partey. Just a little bit too far for Saka, but you can see a slight miscontrol from Lloris. Forces him to slide. Then it forces Gareth Bale to slide in to stop a potential long shot. And at the end of the day, Arsenal get a decent opportunity as it bounces to Odegaard, but just can't quite break down Tottenham's defensive line. Now this one headed away off the goal kick. Should be a Tottenham throw-in. Throwing a statistic up on the board here is NBC telling us that Harry Kane has only touched the ball once today in 15 minutes. Honestly, hold on here as this ball breaks to Arsenal. Here's a shot coming in and off the crossbar from Emil Smith-Rowe. Incredibly unlucky. That was a brilliant strike from Emil Smith-Rowe, and Arsenal are so unfortunate to not be ahead in this match. 15 and a half minutes in. Look at this one again. Bounces to Smith-Rowe, and you can see he knows exactly what he wants to do. As soon as this arrives at his feet, he takes one touch to set himself and drives this towards the left-hand corner. Just comes off the flat part of the crossbar, an inch lower, and that's bouncing bar down into Lloris's net. Almost an incredible goal from Emil Smith-Rowe. Tottenham now breathing a sigh of relief. They have been under the cosh in this first half. Arsenal putting all of the pressure on, creating all of the chances, and Tottenham really have barely even had a consistent spell of possession in this match. You can feel that pressure mounting as they are certainly bending and almost breaking there under the pressure of Smith-Rowe. Arsenal now pressing a little high. They can smell a little bit of the blood in the water. And back to that point about Kane, when your team is not keeping possession and you are a striker, it's going to be extremely hard to get on the ball. Oftentimes, strikers do go for decent swaths of the match without touching the ball. Look at Chris Wood for Burnley, for example. That team never has possession. They never really play into his feet. He's just there to receive long balls and head balls into the net. And so that is a little bit of what we're experiencing. But typically, we would see Kane drop deeper to pick up possession, which may be why that statistic is a bit surprising. But more bad news for Tottenham here, as Son Heung-min has come up holding his left hamstring, and this does not look good. Non-contact, nobody around Son. He has just gone down onto the turf. And while there are plenty of subs available, Son has been one of the two main men for Tottenham all season long. It has been him and Kane driving their success in the games that they have won. You can see he tries to make a run off the ball. And yeah, he just comes up lame as he sprints forward. That is really, really bad. Just feels a twinge in the back of that left hamstring. He's still holding it here as he's gone down to the turf. And you can see that look on his face is not a good look. He knows something is wrong, and it looks unlikely that he'll be able to continue to my eyes. Only thing we can hope is that the injury is not too bad. Maybe he can carry on in this match, but when it's your hamstring, you just want to be careful. I mean, as important as this match is, there's a lot for Tottenham still to play for. They're in Europa League. They are still in 7th in the table, and you could easily re-injure, even more greatly injure that hamstring if you continue to carry on. So gonna need to be careful with that one. Germans, hey Justin, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, if it gets, at all wonky, feel free to tune me out or mute me or whatever you want to do. We're just we're here to hang out, do a little bit of broadcasting, and have some fun with the game. So hope you're enjoying the match, and hope you do enjoy the commentary while you're here. Are you, Justin, are you an Arsenal or Tottenham fan? I haven't really asked everyone in the group like what teams they support. I just hear all the loud Arsenal fans like Nolan and Raghav and Josh. So I know who they support, but I don't necessarily know who everyone in our group supports. Okay, Arsenal fan. So you're one of the fam. You're one of the Arsenal fam. There we go. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. You know how in what's the movie? Why am I blanking on the movie where they escape a Shawshank Redemption? That line about the line about how many times you ever really look at a man's shoes, which we'll use that as my excuse. How many times do you actually look at a man's socks? It might just be me. I don't really pay attention to the details, I guess. Not as observant as I maybe give myself credit for. Josh and Ailey, yeah. Josh definitely. I've definitely heard him and Nolan chatting it up. I think I've probably heard Ailey talk about it, but he's definitely a little more reserved. I remember back when Emil Smith-Rowe was first bursting onto the scene, I'd just come to soccer and I just hear Rogov and Josh and Nolan just be like, "We're back, guys! We're back!" They're still in 14th at the table, and I'm just like, oh my god, they're so loudmouthed about this. But it has been a good run for Arsenal, despite being only 10th in the table. They've certainly become a much more threatening side, and it's a scary front four that they put out there, despite Aubameyang being on the bench today for disciplinary reasons. Lacazette, Smith-Rowe, Bukayo Saka, Odegaard. That's an exciting front four, and it's scary to play against. Here's Alderweireld. He's going to swing one into the newly introduced Eric Lamela. Sorry, while we were talking there, the substitution for Son did come in, so he has come out of the game Probably safe given the part of the body that was injured, hamstring. Very, very scary injury. You don't want to risk that. So Lamela has come in for him. And Tottenham will carry on without one of their main two players. But look at that sliding challenge from Martin Odegaard. Brilliant stuff as he strips Ndombele of possession. And Ndombele just going to haul down Lacazette to stop the counterattack. I honestly think he's a little fortunate to get away with the yellow card there. Like, we're not 3 minutes into the match here, Michael Oliver. It's 21 minutes in, and he literally just completely wrapped Lacazette to stop the counterattack. That seems like it probably should have been booked, but who am I to say what should be bookable or not? You know, just a center back whose job it's been throughout his career to foul people on purpose to stop counters. Here's Odegaard. Into Xhaka. Xhaka sends it back to Gabriel. Arsenal still very much in control of this match as they have been from the opening whistle, but still looking for that opening goal. Did come closest through Emil Smith-Rowe, whose thunderous shot just came back off the crossbar. But now another nice move as Tierney moves it onto Smith-Rowe. He's going at Ndombele back to the top of the box. A strike from Partey, but skews that one terribly wide. It was always a little difficult. He had to let it come across his body to get a strike in, and it just kind of sliced off the outside of his right foot, never really bothering Lloris. You could see the Tottenham goalkeeper never worried whatsoever about that strike. And there is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. It's again on the bench today for disciplinary reasons. Of course, we'll never know what those are, but not going to get the start in the North London derby. Of course, it just sets up the narrative that maybe he comes on and wins the North London derby. You know, all that good BS, but not in the lineup. Here's David Luiz. Partey gets upended, and the foul will be called as Odegaard was being chased back. So free kick to Arsenal, just about midfield. Should just take this one short, and they will. Xhaka now back out to Tierney. Tierney will lay it in behind. It's Smith-Rowe again. He'll get the cross away, but it's from too deep of an angle. Easily headed away by Davinson Sanchez. Now Lamela finds himself tripped, but the attack does continue. Gareth Bale has this one poked away. It's a throw into Tottenham. It's Gareth Bale holding off the challenge of Tierney well. Now it's Højbjerg being absolutely just WWE'd to the ground by, I believe, Partey. Quick free kick from Tottenham, but look at Bernd Leno. So alert to the danger. Comes off his line like a flash and will collect that one. Now it's David Luiz driving forward. He goes right past Harry Kane. Finally, Ndombele comes over to help out, but it's Saka still in possession down the near flank. Odegaard. Play by Arsenal, but it does go back to Gabriel. Nice switch of play from him out to Tierney. A lot of success for Arsenal has come down this left flank as Tierney has been allowed to partner well with Emil Smith-Rowe, who's bursting in behind again. He keeps his cross in, his Lacazette, but he misses his strike. Again, another cutback from Arsenal and another strike that gets skewed, spinning off to the right, but this one from much closer range. And another big chance for Arsenal is not taken. Yeah, that's very disappointing from Lacazette. Brilliant stuff from Smith-Rowe as he just bursts past Højbjerg, keeps the ball in play. He picks out Lacazette with the cutback, and Lacazette just cannot direct it goalwards. Very, very unfortunate for Arsenal as they continue to search for the opening goal that their control of this match deserves at this point. Lacazette. All the way back to Bernd Leno. Gabriel. Tierney forced into a clearance by pressure from Bale. Well, Lacazette's just bundled over there. Play allowed to continue as the ball bounced to Partey. He's looked for Saka. That one will not connect with the young striker. But the second ball will be brought down by Odegaard. Xhaka. Slides one out to Tierney. Smith Rowe. Tierney clipping this one in behind, but Højbjerg is alert to that one too. He'll intercept the pass. Now Bale. Sanchez back to Lloris. He's going to be forced to clear this one away. Good header by Partey. Will knock it into the path of Cedric. Nice defending from Reguilón. Takes it away. Now Tottenham with a little bit of room to work. Lamela trying to burst forward, but look at the closure from Arsenal. It's Xhaka and Partey, both those defensive midfielders, just condensing the space. They close so quickly on Lamela, strip him of possession. Has gone out for a Tottenham throw, but anytime Tottenham find themselves with some space, think they can go on the counter-attack, Arsenal are so quick to close them down at the moment. Decent pause here as they're waiting for a throw-in, but the referee seems to be having an issue with Eric Lamela. I'm not sure what the issue here is. Looks like he and Xhaka getting into a bit of a tussle before the throw-in. Xhaka was not happy with something that Lamela did. Maybe left a little bit of a cleat into his foot or something, but hard for me to trust Xhaka, considering his personality, that something, bad actually did happen. Nevertheless, play has continued. Referee has sorted that one out, and Arsenal have taken it back. They're now looking up the left flank once again, but nowhere near Bukayo Saka, and this will be easily shuttled back to Lloris. He's looking long for Lucas Moura, who we have barely seen in this match at all. Now a free kick going to be called as Sergio Reguilón arrived at the second ball first. He was tripped from behind by, I believe, Odegaard. Some frustration there from the Arsenal players, and Mikel Arteta as well on the sideline. They thought that it was a 50-50. Should not have been called for a free kick. Hasn't been too much of an issue, though, as Tottenham just playing it short. They're trying to hold on to possession as my stream buffers really badly here. That's fun. I'll take the chance to put the cable behind me. I need to do this more often because this is like what they do higher up, just to hide the cable. Yeah, I'm going to have to refresh my stream. God dang it, NBC. Sometimes it's so unreal. It's crazy how a stream for such a powerful and rich company can just be so bad sometimes. Ugh. Ads. Watch us miss a goal here. I'm going to be so upset. Okay, good. Moura. One of his only touches of this match, alongside really Kane and Bale. Again, Tottenham have not had control of this match whatsoever. They have been very, very far behind, very much second best in this first half to Arsenal. And my stream is buffering again. At least it's initializing on its own. All right, let's see what we missed here. Let's see, Moura driving forward. It's tripped here. Not sure where this is on the field, but it looks to be towards one of the sidelines, and it is. Tottenham just playing this one short. Alderweireld will send it all the way back to Lloris. He'll slide it out to Sanchez. Back to Lloris. Alderweireld. Now in Ndombele. 30 minutes into the half here. Again, Arsenal have been very much in control. I believe 63% possession or so, and they've had the chances to match with that possession. Likely should have found an opening goal already in this match. Tottenham now trying to find their footing, find their ground, get the tempo back in their favor as they are in a bit of a spell of possession. This is what you need to turn the tides, to turn the momentum, get the tempo back in your favor. Hold on to the ball for a little bit, slow down your opposition. Don't let them just kind of bounce back and forth, continue their aggressive attacks. And Tottenham looking for one of their own, but Kane's ball is loose. It's going to spring all the way back to Davinson Sanchez. They will manage to hold on to possession. Lucas Moura going to dance past Cedric here on the near touch line. Now driving inside. Play allowed to continue as Moura holds off multiple challenges. Gets it over to Lamela. Lamela's crossing angle has been closed by Saka. Højbjerg. Out to the far side for Bale. Haven't seen a lot of him so far. He will cross this one into the box. Looking towards Reguilón. It's a lovely cross. Good first time cross back. Lamela. Oh, what a goal from Eric Lamela! That is brilliant stuff from the Argentine. A Rabona from inside the box takes Bernd Leno by surprise. And out of nothing, Tottenham find themselves an early lead. A moment of absolute magic from Eric Lamela as he finds himself open inside the Arsenal box. You can see it here. First time ball from Reguilón. Laid off to him by Lucas Moura. And instead of taking a touch, instead of trying to set himself for a strike, he just cleverly, little bit of a Rabona there, goes behind the legs and all of the Arsenal bodies in front of Leno. Unsight him. He doesn't pick this up until very, very late when the ball is already nestling inside the far corner. What a brilliant shot from Eric Lamela there with the Rabona technique, taking everyone, myself included, by surprise and providing the inspiration that Tottenham needed to get themselves back into this match. And now, after holding off Arsenal for 33 minutes, they find themselves with the lead in the first half. And that is a heartbreaker if you are Arsenal or an Arsenal fan. You have been dominant through the entire half, multiple chances to take the lead. You haven't been able to break the deadlock, and then all of a sudden, one good play from Tottenham, one good set of passes, a brilliant cross, switch of play from Gareth Bale, a nice first-time cross from Reguilón, good layoff from Lucas Moura, and just a moment of magic is all it takes for this team that has been second best all afternoon to take the lead against you. Now you got to claw your way back from that goal deficit. You're going to need 2 to win the game, and we all know how difficult it can be to score at all, let alone twice, against a Jose Mourinho side, particularly when they score first and can really sit back in their defensive shape. Now Tottenham, reinvigorated by that goal from Lamela. Moving it forward, he'll drive inside, lay it back to Alderweireld. Reguilón. Højbjerg, you see, just telling his team, let's slow it down, let's keep possession. No rush now as Tottenham are in the lead. They can just hold this tempo for as long as they possibly can. It's something they, of course, love to do. Manchester City's, the Liverpools of the world would certainly be chasing the second goal, but Tottenham are more of a patient opportunist, holding on to the ball, holding on to tempo until they can find that weak point either on a counter or just in the build-up play to try to strike their opposition. But now they've given Arsenal a chance to counter. So misplaced pass from Sanchez has allowed a run in here from Smith Rowe. He's going to get the cross away, but Sanchez easily fends that off. Tierney will knock it down very well. It was a pretty tricky pass, but he connected it. Arsenal back in possession. Partey going to clip one out to the right-hand side. It's Suarez. He'll go for an early cross. This one ends up being a strike as he mishits it a little bit. That ends up sending it straight at Hugo Lloris. And while it is well struck, it is directly into the waiting hands of the French number 1. He'll easily catch that and allow his team to get back up the field. Here's the clearance. Looking for Kane. Kane using his body well, but won't be able to track that one down before it rolls out of play. We'll get another look at this brilliant goal from Eric Lamela. Just a moment of inspiration. He knows he doesn't have enough time to get a strike away. There's 3 Arsenal players in front of him, so just cleverly with that left foot swings it behind his right leg, gets the nutmeg on Thomas Partey. That unsights Leno and just tucks neatly away into that far corner. Brilliant stuff from him. Oh, but now a breakdown in defense for Tottenham. It's a lovely ball in behind. Here's the chance for Lacazette, but he swings and misses. The follow-up is off the post. Arsenal just cannot find the goal. They are so unlucky. And it's Lacazette once again who passes up a golden opportunity. Ball still with Arsenal as Odegaard flicks it in behind for Saka. He gets a cross away. Lacazette has his shot blocked by Sanchez, and the clearance now completed. And Alexandre Lacazette, he doesn't have his head in his hands, but he probably should. I can't believe this hasn't been converted by Arsenal. A brilliant ball into the channel, I believe, from Xhaka for Smith Rowe, who picks out Lacazette once again. And I don't know if this dummy's on purpose, but somehow Lacazette just doesn't make any contact with the strike. It rolls all the way across the box where I believe it's Cedric Suarez who has a follow-up strike that comes off the post. And my, oh my, sometimes you got to think the soccer gods just don't have it in the plans for you, because Arsenal should have a goal, at least a goal in this first half, and still continue to be denied by the woodwork, by misfortune. And they're going to have to continue to press for that equalizer, as Lacazette will see this one come off him last for a goal kick. And here it is again. You see the ball on the channel. It's Smith Rowe. It's a brilliant layout. Yes, he does. He tries to dummy it. I don't know what he's thinking. There's nobody here, and oh, that's so unfortunate. Suarez bursts forward. He gets to the ball before Lucas Moura does. He gets the strike away. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Just coming back off the post. The power on the strike certainly would have beaten Lloris. All he needed to do was get it inside the woodwork, the frame of the goal, but he cannot do so. It comes back off the post, and again, I have so many questions for why Lacazette is dummying that ball. It's a brilliant cutback from Smith Rowe, once again picking out his central striker. And Lacazette just, I don't know if he got a call. I don't know if he didn't think he could score from that angle, but there is no reason to dummy that. That should be a tap-in with the left foot. Just allows it to run, and still Arsenal cannot find the breakthrough. Now Bukayo Saka has been hacked down, and looks like it's going to be a yellow card. The first of the match will be assessed to Sergio Reguilón. Reguilón claiming that's his first foul, that he doesn't deserve the yellow. But if we look at this one, that's not great. Yeah, that's not great. There's an initial foul on him on Saka, but the play continues as Saka tries to carry on, and then Reguilón decides to slide in, tries to poke it away. He does not get the ball, despite his claims. He gets all of Saka, and that is a pretty clear yellow card to my eyes. So first player cautioned in the match will be the Spanish left back. Now Suarez will play this back off of Højbjerg. Throw into Arsenal as they continue to look for that equalizer. 5 minutes remaining in regulation for this first half of play. Odegaard. Top of the box with Xhaka. Nice ball into the channel for Saka. He's driving into the box. It's poked away from him by Reguilón. It will be a corner kick to Arsenal, their second of the match. Gone short with it. Comes back to Odegaard. Now back to Suarez. That's a poor cross at the end of the day for Arsenal. And a wasted set-piece opportunity. That's another aggressive challenge from Lamela. Not sure if they're judging that he got the ball here. But that sliding challenge certainly coming in from behind Suarez. And no foul will be called. So it looks like Lamela did get the ball. Will still be a throw into Arsenal. Saka going to clip one towards Lacazette. He'll post up against Sanchez. Holding on to it well for now. Gets it over to Saka. Two players now defending him. And he will be robbed of possession. Sanchez looking for the clearance away. Excellent hold-up play by Lamela. finds Mora, who just sends it away. Arsenal will regain possession, but the danger has been cleared. Now David Luiz going to look for a switch of play, picking out Smith Rowe nicely. Has Tierney out on the left for support. He's found him. Early cross will deflect off of Højbjerg. Sorry, that's Doherty. And it will be the third corner of the match now for Arsenal. Excuse me. I don't know why, but I've got a little bit of the sniffles this morning. Not sure if it's the coffee or what. Here comes the corner from Odegaard. Headed away by Doherty. Second ball is collected by Partey. Now it's with Suarez. David Luiz trying to take on Davinson Sanchez. I know that David Luiz is a pretty good attacking center back, but I don't think that makes him quite qualified to be dribbling other center backs. Tottenham do get the clearance away, but it is still with Arsenal. As the clock continues to tick down towards the end of the first half. 2.5 minutes in regulation, plus whatever stoppage time we have. Smith Rowe, nice ball into Saka. He'll lay it off for Smith Rowe. It's a lovely ball in, but Odegaard just skims off the top of his head. It's going to roll behind for a goal kick, and still, despite their excellent build-up play, Arsenal just cannot find the final pass or the final touch to their attacks. You can see the reaction. We're looking at the replay of Lamella's goal again. Sergio Reguilón's reaction is hilarious. He's just like, he's like, oh. And yeah, you know, I mean, I might be slightly over the top, but that was a pretty sick goal from Lamella. It's just a moment of inspiration, a moment of magic from the Argentine. It is something that he has been known for throughout his career. But Arsenal going to try to overturn that goal and the deficit. Lovely move from Tierney. Leaves Doherty for dead. It's a great cross to the top of the box. Odegaard deflected shot and it's in! Arsenal have the leveler just minutes from the end of the first half. And you can't say it's not deserved from the Gunners. They have been so good in this first half, and once again, it's Smith Rowe and Tierney down this left flank. Tierney absolutely dusts Matt Doherty on the far sideline. He gets the ball into Odegaard, who gets the contact right. It takes a slight deflection off of Alderweireld, I believe. Yeah, you can see it there, and that is what does Lloris. So there is an element of fortune in the goal for Arsenal, but you can't say it's not deserved. They've been so unfortunate throughout this half, hitting the crossbar once, the post twice, multiple chances just unable to be finished, and their play deserved a stroke of luck. It deserved a goal. Arsenal, despite trailing Tottenham, despite that moment of magic from Lamella, have certainly been the better side in this first half. They get the goal that their play has deserved, and they will go chasing a second as there are still 2 minutes in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Now throw-in is won here by Arsenal. 1.5 minutes remaining in that stoppage time, and I would be looking to push for a second. You know, Arsenal have been so good in this half. Why go into the break? Give Tottenham a chance to regroup. You have been all over them, and another foul, this time against Tottenham. It will be a free kick to the Gunners. Excuse me. Yeah, certainly there, Justin. I mean, Arsenal's play deserved a goal in this half, if not two. It's harsh that they're tied with Tottenham. They've been so much better than them. Nice ball in behind here, actually, for Cedric. It's well defended by Reguilón at the end of the day, but it does give Arsenal their fourth corner of the match with seconds remaining in stoppage time. Can Arsenal take advantage of this chance? Again, we've emphasized it multiple times. They deserve this. They have been the better team in the first half. Tottenham only ahead through a moment of complete brilliance. Just an individual moment from Eric Lamela. Here comes the corner kick from Martin Odegaard. Swung in, cleared away by Højbjerg. It will bounce back out for a throw-in, and that's another free kick that Arsenal really have not used to the best of their ability. Just a little bit too low. You know, you are aiming to just get it over the head of the first man, which is a tough target, but it's not great when you hit the first man's feet. But that will do it. Arsenal will not be able to find the second goal as Michael Oliver will bring the half to a close. And we go into halftime as we see those two walking off right next to each other. The goal scorers today, Eric Lamela, a brilliant Rabona to give Tottenham the lead in the 33rd minute. But it is that man, Martin Odegaard, with the help of a deflection off of Toby Alderweireld, that found the leveler in the 44th minute of play to give Arsenal the goal that they deserved in the first half. Hello, Maximus. Welcome back to the stream right at the end of the half here. But we will be back with more coverage of the North London Derby after these commercial messages. All right, guys. You know what? I'm very happy I decided to cast this game. This is a good game. Like, Arsenal look really good. Really good. Like, I know I've emphasized it multiple times in the half in different phrases and yada, 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 but the play is excellent. I mean, Arsenal looks super, super confident. This is what they look like at their best. Like, free-flowing in possession, very, very confident. You've got Xhaka dropping in to his little pocket, you know, basically in a center back role to start the attack. That allows Tierney to push up very high, which is something they like to do. He's more of the attacking fullback. You can see almost all of their success has come through the left, and that's because they ask Tierney to go be an attacking presence. They ask Cedric to be more of the balancing presence, right? That's why we don't see him swashbuckling down the right. We have seen him involved, but mostly as sort of a follow-up when the play gets switched or crossed to him. You know, that one ball in particular that Lacazette dummied where he's sprinting 20 yards forward to get the strike. So that is the strategy. And it's, you know, it's not something that's out of left field. This is something that Arsenal have done a lot throughout the season. But they are playing it so effectively. I mean, Odegaard and Emil Smith-Rowe are absolutely running the game right now, along with Tierney. They're dropping into pockets. They're turning well. They're combining. Even Lacazette is doing excellent in the build-up play. I think Lacazette's finishing has been garbage, his decision-making inside the box, but that's, you know, we'll talk about that maybe in a bit. But they're just so successful down the left, and Doherty just cannot deal with them. He's also not getting a ton of help from Bale, which is kind of expected, and part of the reason I think Mourinho has often not played Bale. You know, for all the good things that Bale offers, he has certainly become lazier as his career has gone on. So can't say I'm surprised with that, but it's great stuff from Arsenal, and hopefully they can keep it up in the second half, because they should be winning this game, but for one just moment of individual brilliance. You know, Tottenham's only good play, their only good build-up, where Bale hits a lovely crossfield ball. It's a good first-time cross from Reguilón. It picks up Mora, and then just a moment of brilliance. That's what it took for them to get a goal against Arsenal. I wouldn't even call it a mistake by Arsenal. I think they defended it probably as well as you could in that situation. It just was better attacking. So, you know, if you're Arteta, just keep it up. Don't come out of the half slow. Don't let them slow the game down and do their Jose Mourinho things and you know, break up your attacks. And it's like, come out firing just like you have been, because you're working them. And if this continues, if the play continues, you will score again. You'll score multiple times again, because it's all in your favor right now. Chervins, Justin, thank you for the subscription. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the booth officially. It is our second sub of the day, third full-time subscriber now. So thank you very much. I'm not sure if, one thing I will recommend to you, Justin, for the future, I'm not sure if you have Amazon Prime. If you do have Amazon Prime, you can connect your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account. It gives you what is called a Twitch Prime subscription. And a Twitch Prime costs no money to you. You get it free once per month with your Amazon Prime subscription. And so that money is coming directly out of Daddy Bezos's pocket. So if you haven't used that already or you're not signed up for it, oh, there you go. You do. You run the foot market. Nope, perfect, great. If I just I don't know how well versed a lot of my viewers are with the Twitch universe. So if you're already using it, then perfect, and I appreciate the subscription. But glad you are using it, because everyone that has an Amazon Prime should be using their Twitch Prime for someone. So great stuff there. Run the foot market too. I'm gonna have to check that out then. Let me write that one down. All right, guys. I'm gonna take a brief break. And I will go grab some more cold brew coffee. Run the foot market. I'm interested to see what they do. So take a brief break here. Gonna grab some more coffee, a little bit more water. He's a FIFA streamer. Okay, cool. Very, very cool. Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, I'll have to check out his channel. Appreciate appreciate the shout, I guess. Always good to see more good content on Twitch. So I'll go check that out. But yeah, I will take a brief break. We'll be back. I'll cover again the goals. I'll cover a little bit of what maybe Tottenham should do in the second half, I think. And then we'll get ready for the second half. But thanks again for those that are tuning in. Won't be gone for too long, so hopefully stick around. But we'll be back with more analysis of the first half and coverage of the second half right after this. All right, guys, we are back just in time for the second half to get started. Do want to mention, we've focused a lot on Arsenal in this match because they have been the better side. But if you're Tottenham, you're still okay being 1-1 because you're Jose Mourinho and you don't care. But if you do want to make some changes here, I think you really got to try to let Ndombele maybe get a little more free. He is one of the better players on the team at connecting attack to defense. And right now he's being fielded in a deeper role. Is Pepe coming on? Wait, what? What's happening? They're subbing Saka. He's got to be hurt. Hold on. I'm going to turn on the audio to hear what's going on. Yeah, okay, so Pepe's on for Arsenal for Saka, which is not what I would have expected because they were playing great in the first half. So I would imagine that's an injury. We'll have to. I'll listen in at to the actual NBC cast because I'm sure they'll get the information at some point. But yeah, if you are Tottenham, I personally would be looking to make an attacking change in the 60th minute. I know that Mourinho will not. But I would also be looking to get Ndombele a little more free from what he's doing right now, which is just partnering Højbjerg in defense. You can see him now tracking back to help cover Højbjerg. I don't want him doing that if you want to keep possession. I want him to be a little more free. So you could even make a sacrifice of Lucas Moura for someone and move Ndombele up. But I think Ndombele is better at connecting attack to defense than Moura is. Moura is more of a striker that wants to just run straight. But here is an opportunity for Bale. He's going to switch play over to Lucas Moura. Gets the overlap from Reguilon, looks back for Kane, but that's great reading by, I believe, Odegaard, who was retreating to help out in defense. He'll intercept it, and Tottenham will restart the attack, but it will come from their center backs. But yeah, so if I'm Tottenham, I am looking to break down the tempo, slow the game down a little bit, get possession, and then give Ndombele a more free role to connect attack to defense. That's what I'm trying to do because you just haven't been able to slow Arsenal down enough, and you really need to tighten up defensively and figure out what to do on that left-hand side. Maybe it's sub Doherty if you have an extra player because he's been getting worked, honestly. And again, he's not getting a ton of help from Bale. I'll give him that much, but you got to figure it out because if Arsenal continue to have the success down the left that they did in the first half, they will score again. Saka injured apparently. God, that sucks. That's really unfortunate because they were playing so well, and Saka's so huge for this side, man. In my opinion, he's Arsenal's player of the year at the moment. Maybe people will disagree with me there, but yeah, he has been good both when they were bad, when they were good, and when they were at their best on their run, and now he's just so important to the side. He's super creative, works really hard, just smart player, really, really good. He's someone you look at if you were any club and just this is something we can work with. Young player who's already just playing so very well and doesn't, there are some players that are super young that overly rely on their athleticism. And like anyone, if you're a professional footballer, you rely on your athleticism, of course, if you're faster or stronger than other people. But he, to my eyes, does not rely so much on his, turn of pace as someone like maybe Mbappe does, right? Where really a lot of what Mbappe does, and obviously Mbappe is an incredible player, but really a lot of what Mbappe does is he's just better than you, right? He's just faster than you. He's just stronger than you. And it's something where your physical attributes really overwhelm, and I think there's a lot more to Saka's game than that. So unfortunately we won't be able to see him for the second half, but if there are for the Arsenal fans out there, I know there's at least one, you keep your fingers crossed that Pepe can come on and have a good performance. But here is Emil Smith-Rowe, and really for the first time all game, Smith-Rowe finds himself stuffed as he comes down the left flank. It's Davinson Sanchez putting the challenge in. Now Gareth Bale tries to play it around Kieran Tierney, but he finds himself held up by the Irishman. And now it's Arsenal with it once again. Oh, sorry, I have not dropped down that guy. There we go. Nice. Ball in behind towards Smith-Rowe. Well read by Højbjerg. Clearance by Lloris is poor. It's been slung back into the box, but I think Lacazette wasn't quite on the same page with Tierney. I don't know if that was a shot or a pass for Lacazette from Tierney, but it was dangerous nonetheless. The only thing that would have made it not dangerous is if Lacazette was offside, which was a possibility. Either way, ball bouncing around. It's been won back by Arsenal, and this is what you want to see if you're Arsenal. Another good start to the second half. Tottenham started it with possession, but since that point, Arsenal have been right back onto it, moving it around well. Once again, they look sharp. And that's the start you would have wanted. Don't drop the tempo if you are a gunner. Xhaka. Gabriel. All the way back to Leno. David Luiz. Let's see. Oh, Max Muse. Sorry, I missed this at halftime. I lost huge win because of AC Le Mans' 97th minute goal. Hold on, here's Bale's driving forward. Bale gets the cross away towards the back post, but nobody there for Tottenham. Now a foot race between Lamela and Emil Smith-Rowe will be won by Smith-Rowe. He'll also be fouled, and Arsenal will be able to remove the danger. And that's unfortunate, Max Muse. Yeah, that's, the ups and downs of betting on sports, right? You can do all the research you want. You can make the right call, probably. And then sometimes you just get screwed like that. I think I had a similar one. What was it? It was the Newcastle game. I had a small bet on the Newcastle game in favor of Aston Villa, and they were winning 1-0. And then the 94th minute, Jamal Lascelles equalized, and you're just like, why? Yeah, I will say, Justin, I think Michael Oliver has been quite lenient today. I think there are a couple of fouls that already should have been booked. I think there was one right at the beginning of the game by Ndombele where he he turned the ball over on the sliding challenge from Odegaard, and then he just full wraps Lacazette so they can't counter him. Like, I know it's 3 minutes into the match, but that looks like a yellow to me. Either way, this is a goal kick to Tottenham. So again, this half has started pretty positively for Arsenal. Yeah, that's one of the both beautiful and horrifying things about soccer and refereeing in general is, like, in reality, all fouls should be called equally, no matter the time of the game, no matter the place on the field, notably the box, they should all be called the same. But the reality that we all know as soccer players is they are not. And that there are a different set of standards for fouls in the box, in the beginning of a half, in the beginning of the game, at the end of the game, than there are in standard play. And it's both one of the most frustrating and most interesting things about the sport and refereeing in general is that as much as you want to complain about it, whatever sport you adapt to the rules around you. That's what you do. And I think all soccer players sort of know inherently how things kind of do play out. So that's always a fun one. Here's David Luiz. He's going to clip one over the top. It's a nicely weighted ball for Pepe, who will bring it down under pressure from Reguilón. Suarez, a rare foray forward, will get it to Odegaard. Good tackling by Moura will actually win a throw for Tottenham. You can see the frustration on Odegaard's face. Gives him a bit of a dismissive wave as well. You gotta love the dismissive wave. Here comes the throw in from Tottenham. Headers won by Pepe. Second ball still bouncing around. Odegaard heads it down for Lacazette. He makes a decent pass towards Pepe, but good intervention by Reguilón. Arsenal, though, once again, first to the second ball. They have really been first to second balls all afternoon, just fighting harder for it. Multiple bodies thrown in. They settled it down nicely again. David Luiz. Jaunting forward. Odegaard. Lovely ball to Smith-Rowe. A lot of space for Smith-Rowe. He's allowed to turn. Gets it to Tierney. Cross deflected, and that will carry it into the arms of Lloris. Good enough defending this time by Doherty. Lloris will punt it forward quickly towards Kane. And once again, we talked about the one touch in the first 15 minutes of the game. And I kind of said, like, that's not the worst thing. It's not like there haven't been games where strikers don't touch the ball. Kane has really not touched the ball today at all. Like, it's been brutal. And normally we see him dropping deep to like get involved in play. None of that. He has lost a little bit of his normal routine because typically when he drops in, Son will make the vertical run. He's really not getting that support from Mora or Bale at the moment. Ooh, tricky header back by Doherty. That will force an awkward clearance from Lloris, who has to punch it out for a throw-in to avoid the corner kick. Arsenal take it quickly. Tierney gets it back to Xhaka. Good turn once again from Smith Rowe. Now Odegaard. Smith Rowe's been taken down at the edge of the box, and ooh, the referee not going to call the foul there, despite play being interrupted. Nice header by Gabriel, flicked on by Tierney. Davinson Sanchez will get the clearance only as far as Xhaka. No call from Oliver. Claims of a handball there in the control. Suarez. Odegaard. Lacazette turns, has a hit. It's straight at Lloris. Bundles the catch a little bit, but nobody in a red jersey around the French goalkeeper, and he will just be able to collect it again. This is a nice spin and hit here from Lacazette. It's certainly on target. Just didn't quite get the power he needed to beat Lloris, who saw the shot the entire way. It's a solid save from him, despite bundling it a little bit. Nobody really there to punish it, so does make the save, and we'll keep the score line level at 1 apiece. Another nice build-up for Arsenal, though. It is Smith Rowe. Odegaard really just running the show in that midfield. That's a lovely challenge from Gabriel. He actually keeps the ball in play, too, as he takes it away from Harry Kane. Arsenal in possession once again. If you guys see me checking my bottom corner of my vision every once in a while, it's because I have my phone running a third screen right now. So I've got my stream up with chat. I've got a Valorant stream up on half the screen because they're doing VCT challenges, and I've got my League of Legends stream on my phone right now too. So I'm really running it at the moment. We got quite the aggressive setup in my room, that's for sure. I still want it to be better. I'm honestly thinking of figuring out a way to get a third screen, but my desk is still not very large, and I still live in a pretty small room, so I feel like I would need to make pretty heavy investment to make a third screen really work for me. So we'll think about it later on, but it is just know it's on the cards. We might have quite the setup here. Now change is going to come through in the 56th minute from Mourinho. Gareth Bale is going to be withdrawn for Moussa Sissoko, and honestly, as good as Gareth Bale can be, I agree with this change. I don't think he's been very good today. Hasn't really gotten involved in the attack, and he's been a liability defensively on that left or that right-hand flank for Tottenham, the left-hand side for Arsenal, who have taken it right back, driving forward from the far flank this time. David Luiz, he'll clip one forward, and down in a heap is Pepe on the near touchline. See if Michael Oliver has anything to say about this. It looks like he doesn't. Talked about how he has been sort of letting the play go on today. And that continues here in the second half. Here is Sissoko, newly introduced. He'll slide it over to Alderweireld. Now over to Sanchez. Reguilón up the far touchline. Good challenge by Partey, takes it away from Ndombele. It's Arsenal again. Xhaka. Tierney. We're looking for the ball on the channel is Xhaka, but he telegraphed it too much. Doherty able to read that one, take it away. Now Doherty will move it infield. Helped on by Højbjerg, but Sissoko loses out. Arsenal have possession once again. And Partey is brought down cynically by Højbjerg, and Oliver gives him what looks to be a last warning. Tells the Arsenal players it's not a card, but I do believe that's basically the last that's the end of it for Højbjerg. The next foul that he commits will be a yellow card. That's what it looked like. The signaling from Michael Oliver is, you can see this is just cynical. Ball's by him. He just leaves his body in there to take down Partey. Arsenal started it quickly again. Odegaard, lovely switch of play. Tierney settles it down brilliantly, trying to take on Doherty again. He wins a corner again. 5th of the match for Arsenal. And Tierney really has had his way with Matt Doherty today. The Irishman just has not been able to keep up with him on this left flank. Here's Pepe to take the corner this time around. From this near side, they're going to take it short. Odegaard. Back to Tierney. Tierney to Pepe. Trying to get a different angle on the cross. That cross is deflected. Miscontrol by Lamela. Will slow down the potential counterattack, but Tottenham wants it. There's some room to work, but look at the interception from Granit Xhaka. Critical for Arsenal now. There's a little bit of room. As multiple Tottenham players had committed to the attack. David Luiz on the overlap has some room. He's going to cut it back. He's inside the box. Pokes it to Pepe. Oh, and it is finally crowded out by Højbjerg. Cross comes back in. Headed away by Sanchez. Settled by Odegaard. Pressure still on. Odegaard. Short pass to Pepe. Trying to get some space on the dribble. Right-footed cross is blocked. Bounces out to Suarez, who will just turn it back. Odegaard. Partey. Nice shift to balance, has a strike, but drags it a little bit and never bothering Lloris from that distance. You can feel the pressure continuing to mount, and so can Jose Mourinho, apparently, as he is going to make another change. Tanguy Ndombele will be withdrawn on his sort of ceremonial 60-minute mark here. This one becoming a bit of a ritual for Tottenham, as he will be withdrawn for Dele Alli, who has slowly found himself working his way back into Mourinho's rotation after being completely frozen out in mid-season. So he will be introduced and will likely take on a more attacking role, as Sissoko and Højbjerg are probably the base of midfield now. More up, likely out on the right flank. Dele Alli will likely take up the 10 spot, which is probably where Ndombele has been playing for the last couple of minutes, which is something I said I wanted at halftime from Mourinho. He sort of gave it to me, but he hasn't really given Ndombele a lot of time to prove himself in that 10 role. Now Pepe, what a ball into Lacazette. Huge chance. Great intervention by Davinson Sanchez, but a penalty has been called by Michael Oliver. And what a brilliant pass it is from Nicola Pepe. This will likely be reviewed. Look at that ball. It's just cutting through the entirety of the Tottenham defense. And this looks, I'm going to have to look at this one on the replay. Is this a penalty? I don't know about this one. Lacazette completely misses his strike as the ball bounces up on him and then sort of collides with Davinson Sanchez. VAR still taking a look at this. It looks like Michael Oliver is brandishing a yellow card. And the check's complete, so the penalty will stand. I mean, it definitely could have been either way. I don't think, if you look at the VAR standards for clear and obvious error, it probably isn't that. There certainly was contact from Davinson Sanchez. It appeared to be after the strike, but nevertheless, the foul will be called inside the box. And a huge chance for Arsenal to take the lead on 64 minutes. And it is Alexandre Lacazette stepping up to the spot against Hugo Lloris. Two Frenchmen here will know each other very well. Can Lacazette get the better of his international goalkeeper? Here's the strike, and it's rolled into the right-hand corner so calmly by Alexandre Lacazette. Arsenal have the lead their play deserves here at the Emirates Stadium in the North London derby. 64 minutes, Lacazette puts his side in front. It's just a great penalty from Lacazette. Gets Lloris to dive the wrong way. He just tucks it into the side netting. on the right-hand side of the goal. It's a brilliant penalty after a brilliant, and I mean brilliant, pass from Nicola Pepe, who was introduced at halftime for the injured Bukayo Saka. We were worried about that change for Arsenal because they had been so good with their starting 11, but Pepe getting himself involved in the attack, picking out the critical pass, that brilliant pass. It cuts out multiple lines of defenders. It's similar to the magical moment that we saw from Lamela. It just doesn't get quite the same praise because it's not being tucked away in the back of the net. But that is the kind of pass that wins games, the kind of creative pass that takes defenders by surprise. It puts Lacazette in. He draws the penalty and tucks it away with aplomb. 2-1 lead to Arsenal in the 64th minute. And we'll see if Tottenham can turn it around. But for my money's worth, they have not looked like scoring all afternoon. That one goal is still the product of a moment of magic that you don't see that often coming from Eric Lamela. They have not generated a lot of chances. They have not generated a lot of good attacking play. And they have already made a defensive substitution in Sissoko for Bale. So there is a mountain now to climb for Tottenham. But what a turnaround for Arsenal. Down 1-0 in a match they deserve to be winning. They find the resilience. They find the goal at the end of the half. They carry on the momentum for the second half, and they get themselves back into a lead. And this is the sort of comeback, the sort of character that they were lacking in the middle portions of the season when they were in a relegation battle, down at the bottom of the table, lacking all of that confidence. You can see it here in this side. They have been so good today, and they have found a way to stay in it, to stay at it, and to get back on top of their crosstown rivals. Now Tottenham finding themselves behind for the first time this afternoon. Moving it forward, it's Sissoko. His pass is blocked by Partey. Picked up by Lacazette. His initial pass comes off a Tottenham player, and they will regain possession, but that is just emblematic of how the game has gone today. An easy pass from Moussa Sissoko is misplayed. It's blocked by Partey. It gives Arsenal another chance, and that is how they've played today. A little bit scared, a little bit off the pace from Tottenham, and now they have to find a way to attack effectively after they have not done so all afternoon. Doherty, he'll swing one forward, picks out Kane. That's a loose touch from Harry Kane. It's given away. Here comes Arsenal again. Odegaard going to be upended by Højbjerg. This should be a yellow for Højbjerg. No, this is a mistake by Michael Oliver. He just warned him. He just gave him a warning that he couldn't do it again, and he's going to let him off. This is stupid. Oh, come on. You don't get to, give people 2 warnings. You gave him his last warning, and you're not going to book him. I don't care how cheap the foul was. It doesn't matter. It's still a yellow. Come on. That's silly. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Either way, Arsenal have a free kick in a decent position here. It's a little bit tough to chip this one into the box because it is so central. We'll see if Xhaka just decides to have a strike or play this one short. Looks like he wants to clip it to the back post. He will. Easily headed away by Reguilón. Now in a foot race is Mora with Odegaard. Mora will win out on that foot race. Now he wants to come forward, but he's stuffed by Granit Xhaka. Great challenge left in there. Now the switch of play over to Doherty has put him in some trouble against Smith Rowe. Gets it ahead to Lamela, but more good defending from Kieran Tierney has taken it away. Arsenal try to move forward. Foul is going to be called against Tottenham. Partey goes to ground, and now the yellow card will come out for Michael Oliver. And it is Eric Lamela who finds himself in the book. Yep, that challenge is late, so he will join Sergio Reguilón as one of the only 2 players in the book. There should be more, but there aren't. Unfortunate, I would say. 69th minute of play. Arsenal still very much in the ascendancy, very much in control of the match, leading by 2-1. They'll play this short. That's a loose pass from Lacazette, and that will concede possession to Spurs. Gabriel, quick to react to that one, heads it away from Kane. Bouncing ball for David Luiz. He'll put it into the path of Gabriel. We'll just clear this under pressure from Kane. Ball bouncing around the midfield. Once again, Arsenal are first to it, but that's an inaccurate pass from Pepe. Now Lucas Moura dribbles it past Partey, finds some room, lays it out to the left-hand side. Reguilón. Højbjerg wants the strike, but he's closed down by Pepe. Gets it over to Doherty. Kane gonna put a cross into the box. That's dangerous, but Dele Alli cannot get his head on it. Rolls all the way through for Reguilón. His cross is completely blocked by Cedric Suarez, who will clear the danger all the way into the Tottenham half. Højbjerg. Sanchez. Yeah, and there is the confirmation sort of what we've been talking about. Tottenham's only shot attempt today was the goal. That's it. One shot on target, one goal, nothing else all afternoon. And it makes it very hard to believe they have it in them to mount this comeback. So they work it through Reguilón. Now Højbjerg going to dribble one in. That's flicked on by Lamela. That will count as a shot on target, but not a difficult one for Bernd Leno. He easily catches it. Will be able to remove the danger. This was the best chance that Tottenham had since the goal. It was a nice ball crossed in by Kane, just a couple of inches too far away from Dele Alli. Now look at the pace of Pepe beating Reguilón to the ball. He's trying to get the angle to shoot. He gets it to Lacazette, lays it for Xhaka. Tries a little cheeky pass back to Lacazette, but now the Tottenham reinforcements have arrived. It's Tierney getting the cross away, blocked by Alderweireld. Lamela tries to cut it back against Smith Rowe, and Smith Rowe will just drag him down. Free kick to Tottenham. Lloris. Over to Sanchez. Doherty. This one launched forward by Sanchez, only as far as Gabriel. In a lot of trouble is Xhaka. He is brought down. Not sure what the call is. It looks to be a foul on Lamela. And it looks like it will be. So a little bit worried that maybe they hadn't called a foul or calling a handball on Xhaka, but no, will be just the foul on Tottenham. Will get Xhaka out of a bit of a dangerous situation. Now Arsenal moving it up the far sideline. Odegaard lays it for Pepe. That's a bit of a loose pass there from Pepe, but Odegaard does so well to slide in, wins the second ball. Keeps possession for Arsenal. Now it's Xhaka. Patient build-up from them as they move it back to David Luiz. Nice ball into Odegaard. Lays it for Cedric. Another nice ball into the channel for Pepe. Has to cut it back on his left. Tries to get the cross away. It comes off of Alderweireld for another Arsenal corner. Their 6th of the match. Oh, wow. And geez, Justin, I didn't even realize you subscribed for 6 months in advance. So, wow, thank you so much. I guess we'll be calling that one out for another 5 months. That is very, very generous of you. And yeah, thank you again. I didn't even notice that. I was too caught up in the little Pikachu showing up on the screen. Now here comes the corner from Arsenal. Initial header by Alderweireld is good enough to allow Lloris to come out and claim that one. Yeah, and that is very true there, Justin. Only needs one more moment of magic to level the match. Arsenal will be looking for a third goal to seal this one. They certainly look like the side more likely to score. It's Tottenham moving forward once again. It's a nice ball in by Dele Alli. The flick on just a little too far for Lucas Moura. It's been taken away. Odegaard once again very composed under pressure from multiple players. He'll get it back to Cedric. Arsenal can just rebuild their attack. Gabriel. Good ball into the feet of Smith Rowe. He's allowed to turn and find Lacazette. Swings one over to Odegaard. Knocks it back to Partey. Just so patient from Arsenal. They look so comfortable on the ball in midfield today. Smith Rowe. Xhaka. Driving forward is Gabriel. He's going to get upended. It looked to be a decently fair challenge from Doherty. And it will be. That was not. Kane leaving a little bit extra into Gabriel the last time he cleared one away. That seemed very unnecessary. Did he get booked for that? Nope. Of course not. Not in this match. Sanchez. What? Lamela, he's going to get sent off here. Lamela is going to get a second yellow card, and he is going to be sent off. Michael Oliver not even hesitating as he sends Tottenham's hero on the day off of the pitch for a second yellow card. And you heard me say it. It looked to be deserved as Lamela was getting pressured from behind. He left his hand up high, hits, I believe it's Kieran Tierney in the face. And not a moment of hesitation from Michael Oliver, who has been extremely stingy all afternoon with the yellow cards. Not going to be in this moment. And that will be the end of the match for Eric Lamela to add insult to injury to Tottenham on the day. And I'm sure we'll take a look at the replay, but this looked to be a yellow card just immediately to me. There was no need for Lamela to have his hand up there. I don't know why he did it. Take a look here. Just picks it up. Sees that. Yeah, that's absolutely intentional. Like, he's not trying to create space here. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, I think this is spot on. Like, you know, there is room for interpretation when you bring your arm up to try to create space against an encroaching player that's trying to defend you. But there's a difference between just like getting your arm up, like having it short in like this or something, like a little push, and then like doing this, like a full swing motion. And that's what we get from Lamela. I think that's a second yellow card. I think that's an accurate call from Oliver. And yeah, I think he should get sent off there. You know, he dove into a challenge a couple minutes ago. He was clearly frustrated with the way the game was going. And I think that's a deserved punishment. So change is going to be made here for Mikel Arteta. He's going to bring Willian on for Smith Rowe, which will be the end of an excellent afternoon for Emil Smith Rowe. He has been bossing the midfield alongside Odegaard, in my opinion, and maybe just tiring here at the end of the match. Arsenal, knowing they only have 12 minutes to go, plus stoppage time to hold on to this result. And while they will want a third goal, as we've mentioned, to remove the possibility of a miraculous comeback for Tottenham, when players are tiring at the end of the match, is always smart to just get someone on who will do the legwork, do the covering. So now Tottenham down to 10 men, have a throw in Arsenal's half. Dele Alli holding off the challenge from Odegaard. Ball bouncing around is collected by Sissoko. Doherty, nice move here to get around one, but he cannot get around Xhaka, who comes flying in with the sliding challenge, but clearly gets all of the ball here. I gotta say, this is pretty risky from Xhaka. He's very close to the box, sliding in with a 1-goal lead in the 79th minute, but he gets the challenge perfectly. All ball there on the slide, knocks it out. It is a corner for Tottenham. Here it comes from Mora. Swinging towards the back post. Kane gets the initial header, but this is popped up in the air. Should be easy pickings for Bern Leno, and it is. Goes right up and over Davinson Sanchez. Comes Partey. He'll lay it out to Kieran Tierney. Oh, that's a mistake from Tierney as he wanted to pass it to Willian, but I think he recognized that Willian was pretty tightly marked, but Willian doing great work, almost wins it back. Does force it back to Alderweireld. Lloris gonna launch it long towards the near side. He's looking for Mora. Mora gets the flick on it. Looks like Kane's onside. Play continuing. Kane gonna look for the deep cross that's over the top of Dele Alli. Arriving at the back post is, I believe, Sergio Reguilon, but he can't get there before Granit Xhaka intervening once again. Xhaka has had an excellent afternoon alongside most of his teammates today. Now he's helped Pepe up the field. Pepe gets blocked off by Alderweireld. He will retreat, force Reguilon backwards. 80th minute here, about to be 81st. 10 more minutes for Arsenal to hold on or look for a third goal. Try to get what should be a deserved victory here today against their crosstown rivals. This would be a huge blow against Tottenham in their hopes for European places. A win would put them right in the scrum for that top 5. A loss here, they're looking at more of a can we qualify for Europa League situation, but a little bit of shakiness here from Arsenal. Is Partey going to give this one away? It gives a free corner over to Tottenham. And this is not what you want to see creeping into your play with 10 minutes remaining. Maybe some tiring legs, some tiring minds for the Gunners. And they are giving a lifeline to Tottenham with chances like this. Corner from the far side. It's Mora setting up to take it. Here it comes. Swinging this one in. Headers go up. It's flicked away by Gabriel. Good defending in the end. Willian picks up the second ball. Starts to move forward. Goes back to Gabriel, who will clear it away. Headed forward by Højbjerg, but only as far as Xhaka. Another overhit pass, but this will just stay in play for Pepe, who's now driving forward against Reguilon. Couple of step overs. Top of the box, Odegaard. Just going to hold on to it. I love the smart play from Odegaard there. Just not going to go too fast. Doesn't want to overcommit. Lays it back, but it is another lazy pass from Partey. It allows Dele Alli to win the ball back from Cedric. Arsenal back in their shape, but Tottenham do have possession. Højbjerg, nice pass to Mora. He'll play one into the channel for Doherty. 2 players from Arsenal coming to close him down. Will stop him from crossing his force back to Mora. Mora wants to dribble in field, look at the sliding challenge, but this one judged to be unfair against Xhaka. He will be booked for that challenge. And the first Arsenal player will find his name inside Michael Oliver's pocketbook. It is Granit Xhaka. See here. Yep, that's the right call. Looked like he might have gotten a piece of the ball, but that was just Mora touching it away from the area. So good call by Michael Oliver. And another free kick opportunity for Tottenham. 8 minutes remaining in regulation. Lucas Moura standing over this. He'll clip it in. Kane is free. Gets the header and it's in! Harry Kane has leveled the match, but he looks to be offside. And very quick to raise the flag was the assistant. This, of course, will be checked, but, you know, if the assistant is raising his flag for this, I got to imagine it's not that close. And yeah, it's not close at all. Harry Kane clearly offside here. No problem whatsoever. The VAR check will likely be very quick. Do give some credit over to Kane. This was a brilliant header. As you can see, he's just guiding it back into that far corner as he's falling away, losing his balance. It's perfectly directed into the side netting once again. Lovely stuff from Harry Kane, who has been so uninvolved in the match, but nevertheless, he is offside, and so all of that good work will amount to nothing. Alderweireld getting a clearance. That's a bridge from Harry Kane. That should be a foul, but it's not. Michael Oliver is allowed play to continue. Partey's come away with it. He's sent it back to Bernd Leno. Arsenal are in control once again. Tierney gonna look long. And things starting to fall apart here for Arsenal. Their fluid play of all afternoon has certainly faded in these final minutes. They do look to just be happy to try to hold on to the 1-goal lead for the remainder of the time. Of course, they have a man advantage as well. considering Lamela has been sent off, but they are struggling to hold on to possession like they have been all game. See if they can get it back a little bit. There's a nice composed move from Tierney. He'll get it over to Partey, who dances past the aggressive challenge of Højbjerg. Now over to Lacazette. It's challenged from behind by Doherty, but he gets it to Odegaard. Odegaard wants a strike. Thinks better of it, and that is the right decision. Just keeps possession, gets it over to Willian. Now Xhaka. Back to Gabriel. They'll go all the way back to Bernd Leno. Dele Alli will continue his pressure. That will force Leno into a clearance. Lacazette's well offside here. It will bounce all the way back to Hugo Lloris. Doherty. Odegaard pressuring. Alderweireld. Now Højbjerg forced back to Davinson Sanchez. I like the look from Arsenal here, continuing to apply pressure. They don't want to just give Tottenham free pot shots down the pitch, which is now what Alderweireld is taking, but it's a very tight angle. David Luiz easily able to run this one down. He will clear it out for a throw-in, but I do think that was the right decision. Would have been tricky with, I believe that was Mora chasing him down. Ball comes in play now. It's Højbjerg swinging it back to Sanchez. 86th minute of play. Not much longer now for the Gunners to hold out. Mora driving forward. Looking for a clip ball back towards Kane. Well defended by David Luiz, recognizing the danger. It was a good idea from Lucas Moura and a dangerous ball for sure. You can see Luiz checking his shoulder. He knows Kane is there. He just flicks this one out for a corner. That's excellent defending from David Luiz. Tottenham now taking their time. They want to use these opportunities to their maximum. So setting up for this corner kick from the far side, it's Lucas Moura who will be swinging this one in. Here it comes from Moura. Towards the back post, this one easily punched away by Leno. Towards the top of the box, Reguilón tries to flick it back in. That should be a foul, I think, again. Michael Oliver really not calling these bridging fouls, but the ball does, excuse me, end up in the hands of Bernd Leno. That was a sudden sneeze coming on there. Willian now just manages to keep this in play. He gets it to Tierney. Tierney has his attempted pass blocked. It should be a throw into Tottenham. So Arteta encouraging his team up the field, wants to relieve the pressure on the back line. 3 minutes, remaining in regulation. See a substitution coming in for Arsenal. It looks like El Neni will be coming in for Lacazette. So there is the true signal that Arsenal will try to just hold out on this lead. Defensive midfielder coming in for a striker. And there's Pierre-Emile Aubameyang. Again, benched for disciplinary reasons today. They have not needed him. Their attack has been excellent all afternoon. They probably should have more goals on the score sheet than they do. And now with the game very much in their hands, a man up, 3 minutes remaining, they will go to a defensive substitution in Mohamed El Neni. Lucas Moura tackled well by Tierney, but he holds on to the ball brilliantly, dances through a couple challenges. He will be upended by Xhaka. Not really a cynical challenge there by Xhaka. He was just late to the area, so no reason to reach for a second yellow card, as Michael Oliver did for Eric Lamela. I'm sure Jose Mourinho will be complaining about a double standard, but, Jose Mourinho is a walking double standard. Oh, and that's lazy from Thomas Partey. He gets the positioning battle wrong against Harry Kane, bundles the striker over. Harry Kane looking for any form of contact in his back there, and he will draw the free kick. This is just unnecessary if you're Partey. You're never getting there first. He takes a swing at it. That's all Kane needs to go to ground, and it is a foul, regardless of how easily Kane falls over. You can't challenge like that from behind, and this is a free kick in a dangerous spot here. Harry Kane standing over it. Yeah, so is every striker in the Premier League and really in world football, unfortunately. It's just way more beneficial. And also, as sad as it is that he just goes down there, that is a foul. Like, you can't challenge like that from behind. You should know better. Here's Kane. He's going to drive it under the wall. It's off the post. The follow-up is headed off the line. What a chance for Harry Kane. He tries to pull out his Oliveira, taking inspiration from the Porto midfielder in their Champions League match against Juventus. Actually, he doesn't even take inspiration from that. He doesn't shoot it under the wall. Instead, he goes back to Bernd Leno's strong side. He catches Bernd Leno cheating. He does. This is destined to go into the goal if it's directed correctly. But much to Arsenal's fortune, they get a break off the woodwork this time around as it bounces back off of the post for Harry Kane. The follow-up effort from Davinson Sanchez is cleared off the line. It was certainly a goal, if not for the intervention of Gabriel. And despite the rise in blood pressure, despite their hands and hearts in their mouths, Arsenal fans can breathe a sigh of relief as they do just enough to stay in the lead here. And now we have reached the end of regulation. 5 minutes of stoppage time on the clock from the fourth official. Plenty of time for Tottenham to try to find the leveler. Can Arsenal hold out? Alderweireld slinging one forward. Header won by Mora, but cleared away on the second attempt by David Luiz. Odegaard will charge down Sanchez, will force him into an basically awkward bicycle kick clearance. Finally, Doherty will settle it down, but his pass to Alderweireld puts him under a ton of pressure from Pepe. He'll go straight back to Lloris. Take his time and take a little bit of extra space before punting this one forward. Looking for Mora. Settles it down under pressure from Tierney. Oh, and that's poor from Højbjerg. He drives it right into the chest of Xhaka. Now it's been given away. Odegaard, he's going to lay Willian forward. Willian can just drive this into the corner. It's back to Odegaard. Back to Willian again. Oh, I don't know what Willian is doing there. He tries to play it back to the middle. Gets his pass deflected. Unfortunately for him, Højbjerg can't make anything of it. He overhits his pass to Kane. Now Arsenal can kill more time off the clock. They're in full control. Again, a man up. 3 minutes of stoppage time left. Leno. Sissoko now joining Kane to pressure. Will force the clearance out of Leno. Good header down by Sanchez, but the second ball is won by Xhaka. Plenty of space for Tierney. He's going to just drive this one into the corner, and this is more of what I want to see. It may roll out of play. It will. But that's what you want to do when you're this late into the match. Don't play a stupid ball back in the middle. Just drive it into the corner. So we see the replay from the Kane chance once again, and he does just catch Bernd Leno cheating to the strong side, or to the weak side of the goal, not trusting his wall, and he's so unfortunate, Harry Kane, to see that come back off the post. Again, credit due to Gabriel for clearing the follow-up off the goal line, staying alert to help his goalkeeper out, as he had been left for dead after diving for Kane's initial effort. Now Alderweireld going to look forward towards Harry Kane. He'll flick the header on, but there's nobody from Tottenham that believed in their talisman. His flicked header will just go slowly into the hands of Bernd Leno. More time critically coming off the clock for Arsenal. Now just 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining for the Gunners to hold out. Punt goes all the way into the Tottenham half. Alderweireld controls it, finds Hugo Lloris. It comes out to Doherty, controls it off his shoulder. That's a very loose pass from Doherty, and Dele Alli gets clipped by El Neni. That referee will allow play to go on as Tottenham still have possession. Long ball towards Kane. He'll do enough in the battle with David Luiz to allow Højbjerg to pick up the second ball. Doherty. Davinson Sanchez gets around Odegaard, gets it to Mora. Mora, nice step over. Still driving forward is Mora, and he's going to get upended here. 1.5 minutes of stoppage time remaining, and Martin Odegaard will be called for a free kick after some great dribbling work from Lucas Moura And this is even more dangerous than the free kick that Kane almost scored from. It's at a perfect spot, just to the right-hand side of the D at the top of the box. It's a brilliant spot to strike towards that top right corner. And Harry Kane will be given another chance to save Tottenham today. This is likely it. I mean, there is a minute of stoppage time remaining. We will see at least 45 seconds eaten as Bernd Leno prepares his wall, as Harry Kane prepares his free kick. Can the captain, who has been so uninvolved today, just out of the game as Tottenham have struggled offensively, can he rescue them? Can he earn a point from the jaws of defeat, a deserved defeat? This would be a theft of epic proportions. Here is Kane striking, and it's over the bar. Nowhere near the goal mouth. Too much power on the strike, and Kane cannot get it done. I'm not sure if that took a deflection, maybe? Looks like it might have. Kane's not moving, but let me turn on the audio for a second here. No, don't think it did. Nope, no deflection there. Just a bad free kick from Harry Kane. And that will likely do it. We are at the 5 minutes of stoppage time. Despite how close it got, Arsenal seem to have done the job. All Bernd Leno likely need to do is clear this down the field, and Arsenal will run out 2-1 winners at home in the back half of the North London derby. Here's Leno. Sends this one long. Goes over the top of Pepe. Reguilón will try to clear it. Still no indication. Nope, there it is. Michael Oliver will bring the whistle to his mouth and will bring the match to a halt. It is a huge victory for Arsenal in their own stadium in the North London derby as they continue their climb up the table towards the Europa League places, and it is a deserved victory. Arsenal far better than Tottenham here today, and they get the 3 points that they so deserved. Brilliant game that we've seen here today. Tons of drama. Excellent performance from the Gunners, and a lot to think about if you are Jose Mourinho and Tottenham as you fall to another defeat, this time against your traditional, historical cross-town rivals. That'll do it for our coverage today of the North London derby. Arsenal run out with, as the winners, 2-1 over Tottenham. All right, guys, that'll do it. Thank you again for tuning in. Really appreciate all of the energy in chat. Again, thank you so much to SSB Mix for the 2-month and to Jervins Justin there for the 6-month subscription. So can't wait to be calling your name for the next 5 months every time we hit the 14th. Is today the Ides of March? Did you give me a 6-month subscription on the Ides of March? Is that what I think it is. I'll have to double check that. But either way, thank you all for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. I will be putting out my match report later today. I will certainly write this one, I promise. So if you do want to check out my Twitter for that one, you can check it out whenever you want. It will be up there in the next couple of hours. But thanks again. I hope you have had... Oh, it is Pi Day. Jesus, man. Holy cow. What a day we're having today. What a day. But thanks again. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the cast. Go celebrate, all you Arsenal fans, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.